Hey y'all, what's going on? So I said I was going to talk about the Love and Hip Hop hoes and the R&B Divas LA. I'm going to do the R&B Divas separate. This is about the Love and Hip Hop hoes and the Atlanta exes. The fuck? Woo! Okay. Let's just do, on the Love and Hip Hop hoes, let's just do a motherfucking synopsis of this shit that we have now. This gonna be a gumbo of what the fuck been going on for the last couple of weeks that I have seen it, but I haven't felt like talking about the bullshit. So, Mimi done found out that Nikko got a wife and shit. Nikko's ex-lover done came and told her, well, I thought you might have knew, he's an opportunist and this and that and other and blah, blah, blah. And after the airplane shit and the video and all of this yada, 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 he do got a wife. And he was kind of like, well, it's more tapes and, he planned on doing that. He's on the come up. But Mimi, girl, come on now. And then we already know that you agreed and already said, y'all let that shit out. Y'all let that shit go. Y'all leaked the shit. Okay. Not leak the shit, but make the shit. This is your storyline. So now we have you supposedly upset with him about being married for 7 years or whatever the case. And you confronting him and him kind of saying, well, let's just have a little lunch. Let's act like we're 40, honey. Let's just try to get past this. What the fuck? Mona. This is all the shit you could get these motherfuckers to come up with. Like this, y'all, this shit was so fucking cheesy, I bet. Listen, all I needed was some motherfucking crackers for this cheese. So, you get up, you leave, you throwing him this and that and other. Okay. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, I already told y'all that Stevie then went and met up with Snoop and said that he did fuck Hothea, and then said that it was at Benzino's house. This is just way too much fucking drama. You know what I mean? Like, come on. The shock and awe is like, I never thought I would be like, ugh, it's too much shock and awe. Ooh, that's getting on my nerves. I'm so glad tonight was the finale. See you, bye. Okay. That whole thing, he's like, well, I need to tell him. And then he was like, really, I need to tell Joseline. And that was on the last one. So Joseline knows they didn't, not really got past it, but it's not like Joseline's going no damn where. Now, ushering into this shit, this episode, Joseline's at the house, sitting, yada, yada, yada. Now, before this shit goes on, apparently Rashida is having she's doing a launch of her brand or whatever she's doing, and she wants to invite people. Now, she just said, I can't invite this one because they got their whole thing going on. I can't invite Joseline and Stevie because they got this, and yada, 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 but she has Benzino there. And she's like, she don't want all that drama. She don't want all that bullshit, Then why is Benzino there? Strategically placed like a no-neck ass chess piece. Like one of them motherfucking ponies. I can't. A pawn. No, he's that motherfucking pawn. That little bit ass shit. So, at one point, now y'all know the one before this, the whole thing, Hodina's like, Hodina is like, well, Joseline be doing jabs, and she be saying and doing stuff on Instagram and talking about what she gonna do. He goes to tit-a-tatting and saying Joseline sleeping with this one and sleeping with that one, because he's mad, because he's like, well, she ain't gonna let him be my best man. And this is pretty much the catalyst that kind of leads to the demise of their friendship. Because really and truthfully, Benzino, it was one thing for her to say it and get on there and have some shit to say about Joseline. That's between women. But for you to be on there tit-a-tatting, but see, I've always known that you wanted a piece of Joseline. I'm not saying right now, and I'm jigging 100% with Joseline, but I've always felt like you wanted a bit of Joseline. Okay, so you tit-a-tat. Then, on the last one, she's trying to get this wedding dress, girl, in 2 weeks. And I'm thinking, what? What? You know, and they said we can't have it. Now they trying to get these invitations. His silly ass gonna say, well, when you open it, can it say bring your own food or whatever? And sometimes you got to bring the hood with you and this and that and other and yada yada yada. I'm like, whatever. Honey, give these motherfuckers some crayons and some damn pasteboard and let them make their own motherfucking invitations to that clown ass fucking wedding. In the midst of this, the lady's like, will it take this long and blah blah blah. Hothina's like, well, maybe we should put it out for a month. Now I'm thinking Benzino at this point, honey, is trying to swallow something down that invisible neck of his. And like, what if this bitch get a whole month and she decides she don't want to marry me? Because Benzino, baby, you are getting older, but honey, you ain't got to worry about that hoe going nowhere. The only way Hothina gonna go somewhere is she find out the magazine wasn't totally down. Not that it's that fucking green, but evidently y'all generating some kind of money, some kind of way. So the bitch gonna be there as long as it's a coin. You know, some kind of coin. Now, with that being said, y'all, on one of the episodes, honey, she was up there singing. I'm like, all these motherfucking hoes trying to sing songs and shit. Auto-tune or whatever. Is that what it is? Auto-tune is the worst shit they ever came up with. You ain't got to have no talent. All you whores on there talking about, I'm trying to get my record out. I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to, you know, everybody's trying to motherfucking sing. I can't. Oh, so she does her little song. He done introduced her. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. She does that. And y'all, I'm just kind of all over the place and into, you know, the different episodes. Just kind of roll with me. Okay. So they not going to get married. But why? At one point, she's talking to him saying the Joseline's still saying shit. And he was like, well, I done already said this and put that out there or whatever. Now, this brings me back to him being at Rashida's party and shit. And this dude comes over who was hooking some shit up when, you know, apparently Stevie and them didn't pay him or whatever. And they start talking about, you know, because Benzino, he's like, why would you put my name in that and say that I'm fucking with her? He's like, well, I was just kind of, you know, just throwing some dirt basically on her ass. Then this dude goes on to do his part and Mona's over on the side with cue cards like, this what it say. You could have smashed her, but you didn't. She wanted to smash with somebody in here like Mona. Mona. Girl. So he's like, what? Somebody in her? And so-and-so, yada, yada, yada. Benzino's like, bring him to the back. Bring me a cigar and shit. Like they on some real... Oh, Lord, I'm so sick of these motherfucking posers. So they get out there and they kind of talking and whop and whoop. You know, and it pretty much boiled down to, well, you know, she's bringing them down. She's a slut, this, that, and other. And I'm looking at you, Benzino, and I'm thinking about this motherfucking cum bucket that you getting ready to marry. I'm saying, the girl done been with the homie. Don't get mad because you wasn't able to fuck her, fuck his woman. Since she's so slutty and so sleazy, why ain't she fucked your turtleneck ass? So they get out there. Here comes the motherfucking driver, and that's the first buzz that goes out for me. Drive. What the fuck they need a driver for? What? Why? Unless they rented the motherfucking driver along with renting the car and shit that they're leasing and all that fake ass bullshit. So he comes out and I look at him and I'm like, I mean, these two motherfuckers is low budget at best. I'm just saying. He was like, shit, yeah, I fuck with it. You know, I take her 5 o'clock in the morning, different people. I ain't the only one smashing, you know. They laying her shit out. Now, before they go out there, just so happened, Sindel, Carly Red's out there. You know, she's listening, and next thing you know, they don't know who heard it and who's hearing this. I'm gonna have to tell, you know, Joseline how they talking about her in these streets. You know, as the queens of the South say, the streets are talking. Okay. So, you know, and I'm like, okay, Mona, girl, you done bought all these extras and shit. You done got this shit. you know, for them to pretend like, you know, she doing the branding shit or whatever. Like, you doing the most. Now you got these motherfucking niggas out in the back on some gravel ass road. Was they still even near the club? Like, I don't get it. Y'all, this is why this shit gets on my nerves. Like, I can't wait for this shit to be over. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens at the reunion, but damn. This ain't nothing but a damn, this is damn near a webisode. That's how, come the fuck on. I've seen some webisodes better than this bullshit y'all putting down. When it comes to Joseline sitting in the thing and the music, and here comes Stevie walking in the back, you know, with this whole blurry, Anywho, so now they talking about that, and they done made up their mind that they need to tell Stevie about his sleazebag ass wife. And again, Benzino, you get ready to marry a cum bucket. Like, okay. You know. So, okay, that shit goes on. Carly Red at one point is in the car with Erica, you know, going and saying what's going on. Erica's kind of like, ugh. And Carly's like, well, you know, I want to tell her. You know, I'm going to tell her what they saying about her. So she did find out what was going on. Meanwhile, she's sitting out there like, well, this motherfucker don't know that I know the whole truth and nothing but the truth, and how these what they done told him. So I'm waiting on him. And then, did y'all check how Stevie was walking out there like he was getting ready to do something? Oh, Lord, I can't. But we're going to pause there for a minute on that. Okay. What else? Mimi done met up with Steve. Well, nah, I won't go to that because I got to go to the other part. Okay, let's go to Waka Flocka and his wife. You know from the last few episodes that she's been to the fertility clinic. It's not her, she's fertile. She does already have a daughter, but they want to work on having kids. Okay, that's fine. She didn't ask him, you know, listen, me and your mama went while you was gone, and I'm going to need you to fill that cup up. He's like, I'm not going to do it. But she was determined, you know, she was like, you know, like, this is for, take one for the motherfucking team. You know. And he's like, well, what if it do? And then, you know, what if we can't? Then she's like, we'll go another way. But at least we trying and we going to do this together. He's kind of like, damn, you serious? Yeah, she's serious about that shit. So come to find out, his little tadpoles is not, you know, right now, and it's, you know, he's having some issues. And she thought maybe he couldn't because in all this time they've been together. And apparently they've been sleeping together, no rubbers and this and that and other, no contraceptive. And, you know, why haven't I got pregnant in all this time? So she feels like with him smoking this and that and other. I think it's great that they went to go and pursue it, hear what the doctor had to say, and find out what you can do, you know, to move to the next step that much closer to having a child. Because on last episode, they was like, they was missing a little girl, she left and this and that and other, and I thought that was so cute, you know. So kudos to them. I pray that they have a baby, you know, and everything works out. I love them as a couple. Okay, there's that. Let me talk for a minute about this shit from last episode with Young Jock. Ooh, and Young Jock, baby. Today, you was on Instagram or Twitter or something. No, Instagram, liking this stripper dude's picture. Inquiring minds want to know, boo. Then you try to backpedal. No, you did that shit. But moving forward. Okay. Carly Redden already asked him out. We know this. That had brought Rashida in, and old girl with the purple hair. All of that, you know, I'm getting him off his song. Now, y'all have to admit, I kind of like the song, even though it's auto-tuned to death. But I kind of like it. It's got a little catchy little tune to it or whatever. Okay. Young Jock goes, because she's making this video. She done asked him out, and he's like, well, shit. You know, they argue. She gonna say, well, I'm going to leave your career. Where was that in the gutter and blah, blah, blah. Where was your career, Carly? Please tell me. Please. I really need to know where the fuck your career was. I'll wait. I mean, surely twirling her on Mortal Kombat is not a motherfucking career, bitch. Sindel, I can't. And you acting like you had this going, this and that and other. But I will admit that you didn't deserve to be done like that. But girl, I just wish you would find your motherfucking man and sit your ass down. I would never buy a fucking ticket to see you go say, call it red. What? Bitch, they couldn't give me that shit free. They would have to pay me to watch that shit. I'm just sit your ass down. Every motherfucker can't sing. Now, moving on along. Okay. Now, Mimi decides that she's gonna, no, let's go to this shit with Joseline and Stevie. Now, I told y'all Stevie was something like a motherfucking pimp. And if there was ever a time that he showed that shit, it was on this new episode. When she starts saying, I already know, your friend talking about me, blah, 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 this and that. Another, you do what you do, I do what I do. She was like, you take my computers, my purse, this and that, another. You know he got to always tell her that he fucking made her. He done brought her to their house, bitch. Please, if any motherfuckers pimping these hoes on Love and Hip Hop, that's Mona. Including your motherfucking bus driving ass. I'm trying to understand. And then, Joseline, if you supposed to be so strong and this and that, another, bitch, please. Dick's keeping you? Oh, I can't. So he's telling her, they going back and forth. You know, she goes to that cry that she does and how you hurt me, my mind, and you taking stuff. He's going to stop and say, well, you know, I just need to make sure things are going the way I need them to go. Bitch, please. I would have got up and hit you in the eye with a motherfucking stiletto heel, bitch, and been like, how the fuck that go? How the fuck we gonna go to the hospital to get this motherfucker out your eye? Tell me taking my bags and this and that and other. And what? And Joseline, you trying to run around like you the Puerto Rican motherfucking princess or the princess or anything, bitch. You can't have your own bags and shit. Anyway, moving on along, he, you know, at one point she's giving the rings back. He's asking for them, you know, and he's like, you hand them to me. You give them to me. You know, she took them both off, whatever. They don't mean nothing. Y'all know the whole routine with them. Okay. I'm like, now, Stevie, did you go out there because you believe that shit? Now, I'm going to tell you what I believe. You know, listen to her say, why would I fuck with a low-budget motherfucker like that and this and that and other? You might not. But with that being said, you and Stevie are motherfucking freaks, so I wouldn't be surprised if you didn't have a threesome with some of these motherfuckers. You know, Stevie's always looking for a new top. Okay, let's move forward. So, Stevie, did you believe it? Do you give a damn? At one point, I'm like, well, is it Stevie who's pimping her out and the reason why she's riding at 5 o'clock in the morning turning dates? And now you upset about it? He said, I'm the one that brought you to this. You wouldn't have had none of this. Nah, bitch. You wouldn't have had none of that if it wouldn't be for Mona. You been and tooted up your motherfucking money, bitch. Moving forward. Okay, so they have that whole thing, and it's as if they gonna break up. That's it. That's all. Now, him and Mimi meet up. You know, at a point. Now, let me go to this. Him and Benzino talking about it. He's saying he gonna be the best man. You know, let the women handle this, that, and another. Now, I kind of felt like on that Stevie took the high road. Benzino, you was messy as hell getting in that shit. You know, and like I said, this was the beginning of the end for that shit. And that's why y'all on Instagram sharing pictures, dogging each other out, talking about each other. Y'all done leaked the shit about Joseline in her motherfucking rolling off her motherfucking pills and shit. Ooh, she looked a hot dragon ass mess. Okay. Now, on to Stevie and Mimi. And I'm like, surely to God, he is not trying to go back to Mimi. And Mimi, bitch, surely to God, bitch, you ain't got this motherfucking low. And let me get at this point. When you was arguing with Nikko, you was like, I ain't no dumb bitch. Bitch, please. You one of the dumbest bitches. No, you're not a dumb bitch. You're the one of the dumbest bitches. You know, and then you tell the real truth on it when you get with Stevie. You kind of break down. And it is a lot. And I feel bad that your father passed. But, oh, girl. And you say, well, why do I keep on picking these men like this? And Yada, yada, yada. Stevie's trying to, you know, fuck up some motherfucking bus driving turns while you going through it. And he's like, don't cry. You gonna make me cry? I know I made you cry. But when somebody else do it, I'm just mad and I can't take that. Okay, let's move forward. So they talking. At one point, he's like, well, I knew he was a bottom feeder and sleazy. She's like, well, Joseline's sleazy, and if you can call him that, I can call her that. And I'm like, what was the whole purpose of this meetup? You know? And then she's like, I made some wrong decisions. He's like the same. What the fuck? So what? They gonna start fucking? Ooh, anyway, y'all, that's my husband that laid across this thing and fell asleep up here in the cupboard. Y'all, he be in the cupboard with me. Okay, so that was that whole conversation. What? I mean, what else am I saying? They showed Rashid and them, you know, everybody at the end of their shit talking about what they doing now. Joseline in the airport. Erica talking about her and Scrappy are not thinking about getting together, but they in a good place. I guess Hothena and him gonna get married, whatever the fuck they gonna do. Mama D is in the motherfucking studio with Scrappy singing a song. Mona, you bitch. That's what I got for you. You motherfucking pimp bitch. Because you got these motherfuckers doing everything. Juggling, jumping through hoops like circus poodles. Singing on the auto motherfucking tune. Looking a motherfucking fool. Walking to the pool in a blurry scene. Bitches. Motherfuckers in the alley on the gravel and shit. Oh, Jesus. Stevie, when he gets on his, he says, well, I guess I'm going to have to get away from her and let her see what she lost. Mimi's trying to pull her life together. She's away from him is what she's saying. But they, to my knowledge, are back together. Who else? Waka Flock and his girl, they going to still continue happily married and try to have kids. I guess Carly Red going to try to find her man in a fucking voice. And Mona's going to be looking for new messy ass shit for y'all to do next year. But right now, her focus, which is already over, was taping for this fucking reunion. That Joseline's gonna get her ass kicked in. Did I leave anybody else out? I mean, that's it. That's all I got for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Like, I don't have shit else for it. I'm over it. I'm bored with it. Oh, but let me say this. Why, when the shit was on, was Uncle Ben from the Real Households of Atlanta on Twitter talking about these bras and niggas talking about on their dicks and this and that and other. Uncle Ben, who the fuck are you to talk about what some motherfucker is doing? You got to be motherfucking kidding me. I guess you feeling your motherfucking pussy because your man is going to be gone. Like, I don't understand how you cross that over and translate and then try to say, real man don't talk on. Real man handle their motherfucking bills, bitch. And don't have their wife doing it. That's what the fucking real man do. Real talk. I just couldn't understand why you was going through that. Where's my phone so I can see these motherfucking tweets? Honey, because you tried it. And you look the fool doing it. Let me see. Oh my goodness. Oh Lord, y'all, I got so many tweets. They so far down. Let me see. One of my loves is 9-15-14 said at Peter Thomas and at Much Love, the nerve, talking about him. You just somebody else here, one of my other loves. It looks like Stacy saying, I know you ain't talking about men being messy or whatever when you mess this motherfucking hell. Like, for real? Was you really on Twitter going through, bitch? Are you trying to be relevant with your irrelevant ass, Uncle Ben? Oh, y'all could not believe he tried it. How the fuck? And if it motherfuckers run up in your motherfucking old ass Uncle Ben ass face, you won't have shit to say. Nothing. Like, really? You on Twitter talking about it as messy as y'all was? Ooh, Lord, y'all. Y'all, that's just about what I got for it. I was trying to find. Say she is done. What? I don't know, honey. Just stop. Uncle Ben, just stop. Please stop. Why are you talking about somebody else's reality show? And is that you trying to take the attention off your motherfucking rice getting old? Because now, you know, your man's getting ready to, you know, be gone and this, that, and other. You was feeling your pussy, bitch, today, honey. And you just need to be brought down a peg of motherfucking two. Get you somewhere in some boiling hot motherfucking water and motherfucking cook, bitch, until all the starch is up off that ass. Okay? Please and thank you. Anywho, y'all, that's the gist of it. I'll come back in to talk about the Atlanta exes, which was pretty good, but y'all, ooh, Usher's ex, that bitch is crazy. But I'm gonna come back in and talk about that, so this won't be so long. So I'm out. Y'all tell me what y'all thought. If this was not what y'all, you know, what y'all been waiting on or whatever, y'all, I've told y'all that I'm not into this shit. I'm glad this was a finale, and I will be glad when the damn reunion and shit is over. I want to see it, but I'm over this. It's time for them to go somewhere and rest. Mona, rest these whores. Put these whores to bed. Thank you very much. And honey, it's time for the LA hip-hop hoes, and I so can't motherfucking wait. Honey, when I tell y'all that it's a plethora of motherfucking queens in trade on that motherfucking show, from Homarion to Ray J, Soulja Boy, oh, y'all, that's going to be special. So y'all, I'm out of here. Be looking for the Hollywood exes. I mean, not Hollywood exes, Lord have mercy. The Atlanta exes. I'll do that, you know, separate. So I'm out. Y'all leave your thoughts. If I left something out, y'all already know, put it in. Much love.